Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to show a couple of updates in the yard. If I have had some allergy issues, and I think I caught a cold, so if I sound like I'm sick, it's because I am. But enough about that. Let's see what I have managed to do in the yard. As expected, the rose bushes bloomed and blew up. This humidity and rain and quick storms and heat just had been completely in their favor. So as they started to droop over, Dustin had an awesome idea of putting up these little white kind of trellises that I had right there. They seem to do the job, but now it's encroaching that way. Either way, they look gorgeous, and I'm happy with them. They're super pretty. I'll try and get a little close up of maybe one of them at a different angle, just so you can kind of see what's going on. Obviously, some are in better conditions than others, but yeah, not bad. I ended up planting the double impatiens over here by the doorway underneath the viburnum. So they seem to transplant pretty well. They haven't really bloomed yet, but they still look really healthy. I think they filled up that space pretty nice. And then Lord knows we have an abundance of rocks, so I kind of broke up the where the ivy begins and ends right there. And I just think it looks a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. And then I just had an extra Supertunia Bordeaux, so I put it in that cute little pot there next to the door. And I finally got these in the ground. These were the impatiens, and then those spotted leaf plants I was super excited about that I can't remember the name of them for the life of me. But they're doing good. Nothing seems to be dying other than the spent blooms. And the existing blooms are still on there, so I'm hoping that they will do pretty good. Also, the lilies that were in the back over there, I had moved them. I ended up moving them. I finally have a plan for this spot. I moved them over here and all in this spot. And then I actually put in some more rock because I needed to use up all this damn rock. I made like a little walkway because I'm constantly walking through this bed anyways. This is the one where we're going to have all the hostas. So the plan is right here where there is rock, all right there. I'm going to fill this section in with more rock and have just spaces where I'll put some annuals every year, and then the spaces that are, and then there's another section over toward this way that arrows kind of through here, and that will all be filled in with rock. And then eventually the center and then around the tree will be all hostas. Those are my big hostas that are growing. And then the you can see where they are with the pop cans or pop tops. And then it'll be kind of some structure to it, so it'll be all green, kind of filled in, except for the rock sections, which will be where I will put the annuals. So that's the plan here. But this lily of the valley is going to be the death of me, because if you know anything about lily of the valley, once it's where it wants to be, it stays and it spreads. So it looks great in the spring, so I love it when it's there, but yeah, other than that, it's going to be a bitch to kind of get rid of. So we have new neighbors moving in. I'll try not to get too much of them in the shot because they're doing their thing. But yeah, this one's doing really well. We have one here, we have one here, there, and they're all kinds of, this is the pack where they were like a surprise, because I just bought them bare root. I didn't really know what kind of hostas they are. You just plant them and hope for the best. So yeah, they're doing good. These two are killing it. That one and that one. And finally, the guara has bloomed. It is doing so good. It's got all kinds of growth in here, pretty little blooms. The Supertunias are taking over. Dustin and I went to Dow Gardens yesterday. Oh my God, AKA my Disney World. I have so many ideas. And one of the things that they did is they took this plant, the sweet potato vine, in the purple and the green, which I already have, and they planted it to grow up a trellis. So I'm going to be moving those today, and maybe I'll post some pictures of the progress on that because it looked awesome. I'm going to move them anyway because they're getting choked out by those petunias. And daylilies are blooming, and I get all excited when they bloom because they're pretty, and then the rest of the year I hate it because honestly daylilies are one of my least favorite flowers, but they do so well here, and they've been here forever, and they're massive, so it's like I learned to love them. I love them a little bit more each year. Here's our other Guara, doing good. No blooms yet, but it's thickening out, so that's a plus. All right, and over here I put in some of the bigger daisies. Something's eating at them, but they're still doing okay. It's just I tried to plant some over here in the front, but those ended up all dying, and so I waited a little bit longer till the other ones are bigger, obviously, and then planted them there. So hopefully they'll do better. I eventually want to get them big enough and healthy enough where I can give some of them to my mama because they're her favorite. But of course, the one thing I have planned for somebody else is the one thing that's failing. Oh well, I'm learning. Worst case scenario, the store sells daisies, so I still got you covered, Mom. Salvia is doing good, and the impatiens are blowing up and filling in, and these I completely just bought on a whim early on in the season, and I had no anticipation of really keeping them because I thought they would just all die out before summer, but they're just doing awesome, so they stay. And then our other Guara is flowering. This one was the baby. I didn't know whether or not it was going to make it, but it has some growth, so it's really good. It's behind all the others, but it's green, so I'm happy. That's good. And then more daisy trials. The Woodgila, I think, are maybe done blooming. Maybe they'll bloom a little bit more later. I have no idea. But once all those blooms fall off, and I know for sure that they don't bloom again, I'm going to trim them up and make them look a little bit cleaner. And then here's where I put some more daisies that have kind of died out, or something ate them. Maybe they're not dying. Maybe something's just eating them. I don't know. Strawberries soon. I didn't do that today. Maybe I'll do that today. Get those in there. It's ready. It's prepped. I just gotta stick them in there. I'm just so nervous though. I feel like once I put them in their place, it's like, okay, now you're ready to die. Hopefully not though. I'll baby them. And I got some new canes growing on the blueberries, so that's good. I think, I hope. Hello, Mr. Turtle. Bloobs are going. Look at that. Oh, they're gonna be so yummy. This little bush here produced so much more this year than last year, so that's exciting. We got some fresh growth up top. Oh, the lighting is terrible. But little bloops. Little bloops everywhere. Ooh, I'm gonna eat you. Mom. Going crazy, filling out. Violas are doing awesome. This one's still filling out. You can barely see that tree in there anymore. But yeah, and that tree is viburnum. I don't know. I'm not ready to move it yet, obviously, because I have all that in there, but we'll see. I might just trim it down and make it look neat and spray paint it and call it Dow Gardens art. I don't know. We'll see. Bush beans are doing marvelous. They are growing like a weed, and with no weeds, because I've been taking care of it. But yeah, and the trellis that I made seems to be at least in the right spot. I don't really think it needs the trellis just yet. It's growing near it, but it's not really using it. But it's there if it needs it, so that's good. And Dustin is getting ready to mow. So that's pretty much it for today. We'll get out of his way so he can do his thing. I don't really talk about this space that much, but I do love it. It is just all greenery that fills in under the forsythia bushes. There's all kinds of like hostas in here. I don't know if you can really see because of the lighting, but it always just fills in so nice. There's a lot of weeds in there too, but it all blends. It's all green. It's all good. A lot of these little yard things were left behind by the previous homeowner, and I just spray painted them all a solid blue color to match the lion's blue thing that we got from my father-in-law. Yeah, all kinds of kind of just goes and pairs nicely. I love it. It's nice, and it provides some privacy too. But, yep. Well, that's it for today. I have a couple things that I want to do today, a couple projects that I want to button up. A couple pills that I need to take. But, yeah, so plenty to do today. I'll probably post maybe some updated pictures in this same post, just so that way there's not like a million posts on my yard, even though there already is 2 million posts about my yard. And maybe I'll throw in some pics of my kids someday, or like Bruce, maybe even my husband, who knows. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope everybody has a good weekend. Yeah, that's it. Bye guys.